Hey there, hello, my Gerbalorians. Just thought of that. I think it makes me feel smart. Ooh. Anyway, so I won my GAC yesterday. What is that? April 28th. And it's all due to that Padme team with Clone War Chewbacca and Barriss and Mace and a Gear 10 Cat. They held on defense. Kyber 3 holding on defense with Clone War Chewie. Didn't expect that, but they won. Thank you. So this recap will be in fast forward. I've sped up 90% of it to like 1.5 times normal speed because, well, I want to show the whole thing, but I know not everybody is going to be into all the matches, and some of them may drag a little long. At this point, we know Wampa can solo General Grievous, and my opponent here has 3 GLs. Did not put any of them on defense. Another reason I win. They put General Grievous on defense. Again, as I always say, look at your opponent's rosters before you place your defense. If they've got a relic Wampa with OMICRON, do not put Grievous on defense. Especially if that Wampa has high speed, because if he goes first, he does rah, Hulk smash, poof, and then boop, bonus protection. And Grievous's team never gets through that bonus protection for me, and thus you get maximum bonus points, 69 plus the first win in that case. 79-point win. Round 2, again, if they have a high gear nest, don't put Ewoks on defense. Like, duh. This is so 4 years ago or 3 years ago, right? Nest just eats Ewoks very easily unless you have insanely high potency on Logray, and I mean like really high, 140, 150 plus. Interestingly, so these Ewoks were low gear and they have the OMICRON, and this is very interesting. The OMICRON makes the team, I think, so much more viable, except it cripples them when you have Nest against them, because all those extra assists, they're random who gets called, and if it's Paploo, Logray, or Elder, they're not going to do any substantial damage, and they're just going to increase Nest's bonus protection, and then you can't kill her, and there's going to be more buff spreading and things, and that's how I think she gets her stacking offense. So that OMICRON actually works against you when you put them on defense and somebody comes at you with Nest. All right. So this is 2 solos back to back, and then a 4-person team. I could have done that without Tarkin and probably without Thrawn. I could have probably doubled that. And look, this is 1.5 times normal speed, and I'm waiting for the network. Oh, it raises my blood pressure so fast. This is a team, a defensive team that I would like to explore more on my own, but I'm just not willing to put Nest on defense because what we just saw, 69 banners versus Ewoks, or whatever it was. I think it was 69. And I probably could have done this one also without Marauder, make it a 3-person. Heck, might have been able to do this one as a duo with Darth, Revan, and Malik. Marauder, not really sure why I put him in there. I thought maybe I'd need it against Nest, but that was kind of dumb because it was a Gear 11 Nest. 10 or 11, I don't recall. So see, that was easy. That was easy. So I am in day number 29 right now of my Shanghai citywide lockdown. Yes, I have not left my compound, my neighborhood compound built apartment complex in 29 days. I'm going crazy. Absolutely going crazy, which is one reason I've been posting so many videos to my channel. I've just completed my 31st negative COVID test in the last 5 weeks. We get these delivered to us every single day. It's a home self-COVID test. I've done probably 15 or 16 or more outside with the medical people and the full body protection. Last time I looked, Shanghai had about 16,000 cases, and yet the city of 24 million is on total lockdown. I don't want to criticize anyone here. I don't mean to get political or anything, but what's happening here is crazy. Just absolutely crazy. Oh, hey, look, Ewoks. Well done, guys. 65 banners against High Relic Night Sisters. Another reason I would not put Ewoks on defense. They are way too good on offense. All right, this will be a free win. Imperial troopers just absolutely destroy bounty hunters. Doesn't really matter the composition. This should be another 65 banners. I was very tempted to try this without Dark Trooper, but he's the big hitter here, right? I mean, he can go in after you get 20 or 30 stacks sometimes and just one-shot people to death. It's so much fun. Yeah, so if you check out Shanghai Twitter or Reddit the subred just called Shanghai, and you see some of the videos, some of the photos, and the posts from people that are here, it's absolutely a nightmare what's going on here. This one I could have done without Jolie. It's Qui-Gon Jinn. He's got the OMICRON. I took in Jolie just because I was not too sure how hard they're all going to hit, and I thought maybe I want to heal or revive someone. So again, it's a smaller team, but I probably should not have taken in Jolie. As you see, it was rather easy. Coyote Moody, I also don't know what his kit does, so I really should read his kit. I think I've never read it. And it was low gear, like 5 stars, so just wasn't worried. But anyway, so CNN, Fox, everybody has probably talked to some degree about the events in Shanghai, and there have been instances of like 90-year-old people picked up out of their apartments at 2 a.m. and forced to go to COVID quarantine facilities, which some of those, I have a friend who spent 2 weeks, actually I have a couple of friends who have spent 2 weeks in those COVID facilities, and they honestly range anywhere from a 5-star hotel. Down the street from me is a 5-star Marriott hotel, and there's a Regency or whatever it is across the river, and they've been converted into temporary COVID holding facilities. So if you're lucky, you get in one of those places and it's posh. I mean, it's like sweet. You get 3 meals a day, good television, internet, beautiful view, no problemo, except you are locked in for 2 weeks. Those are the nice events. There are also these like makeshift temporary facilities that are literally train boxcars with 8 or 9, 10 beds in them. And the facilities, the toilets and restrooms are atrocious. There have been lots of fights and skirmishes. There has been food fights. I mean, like people fighting for food. There have been a lot of videos of police encounters with people that have been pretty awful. And it's actually very, very easy to criticize and to blame and talk about how awful it is. And we like to do that. We like to complain. But before we do, it's also worth observing, like, or considering how well have the people here enforcing this zero COVID policy, how well have they been educated and trained? How much training and skills do they have in conflict management, de-escalation, and all that stuff? Now compare and contrast that to all the training that like our police go through in the United States, and how many videos do we still get posted daily, weekly, monthly of situations there that escalate out of hand for seemingly no reason, it seems sometimes. So the reality is, like, I don't want to judge these people. I don't want to judge the workers outside. They're following orders. They're told what to do. I wish they actually would push back a little bit more and just say, hey, guys, let's let some people free. I mean, like, seriously, I've had 31 COVID tests, all negative in 5 weeks. Nobody's been in or out of my compound for the most part in 5 weeks. So we're clean. We do not have COVID. Let us out. Like, even if it's not everybody, like, let one person out a day to go get food, to buy essentials, to maintain the economy. Anyway, sorry. Stressed. So, Jedi Knight Luke. Whack, whack. I love soloing with him when you can. You open with his, I think it's Heroes Arise, drops everybody's turn meter, gives him 100% turn meter. You use his second special, which gives him retribution, and then you just win. I mean, everybody attacks and he attacks back, and it's like, plop, plop. This was the only real stress I had, other than Sith Eternal. He's driving me nuts. I mean, he just feels like a low banner character no matter what you do. Oh no, this match is fine. This one's fine. Chimaera, I'm finally learning how to use my Empire. Calling in Second Sister. There she is. Got the ship up to 5 stars, and the sister herself, I think, is gear 8 or 9. She's probably the only Inquisitor that I'm going to gear. You know, we just got 5th Brother today in the Marquee event, but I really don't care about the Inquisitor faction. If you watched my recent video about my GL predictions, I'm pretty confident Leia's coming, and while it's not a popular opinion, I still think Governor Tarkin or just GL Tarkin is on the way, because he was instrumental in working with and deploying the Inquisitors. So I could very easily see Leia coming, and then a couple months later we get a Tarkin announcement, and guess who's required? Relic 7 GLs. For Leia, there's so many unclaimed characters, and I didn't talk about it much in that video, but I fully expect you'll need a Relic 8 Wicket. And yes, that is kind of like my bias as an Ewok player, but it just makes sense. I mean, the Ewoks were instrumental in bringing down the Death Star. No matter how you look at it, it was actually George Lucas's deliberate intent to do that, though he originally envisioned it would be Wookiees. But then, because like what this is the stressful match. I'm about to lose the Falcon here. I never ever lose it this fast. Right there. Oh my gosh, that was just infuriating. Probably honestly should have won this match. It was a 4-star Executor. But whatever. Even 7-star max Relic 9 Executor can lose to a 5-star Executor. If things just don't go right. I mean, no matter what you do, mirror matches with Executors is about a 20% RNG outcome. You should win it's like when you're on the offense, you should win because the AI is not as smart, but you're still going to lose 20% of the time, almost no matter what, it feels like. So frustrating. Anyway, what was I saying? Ewoks, right. So, like, George Lucas has talked many times about he always envisioned a technologically primitive society being responsible for the demise of the Empire, right? He wanted it to be kind of similar to the Vietnamese resistance to, I think, America in the Vietnamese War. I could have that wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was his intent. But definitely he wanted them. So the Ewoks are a paramount figure in the Star Wars franchise, whether you like the faction or not, and Leia recruited them. Leia befriended them even when Luke and the rest were, about to be roasted and eaten. It's also worth noting that Luke, with his Jedi powers and intuition, did not know that they were 100% surrounded when Chewie picked up the dead animal and triggered the trap. I mean, he knew it was a trap. He saw it and said, "Wait, no, Chewie!" And they get trapped. But it wasn't until they fell and the Ewoks stood up that Luke knew, whoa. Right? So he did not anticipate that. He didn't see that coming. And people also don't realize that Ewoks are force sensitive. Logray was a force user, or Maybe not a Jedi, but he was a Force user, and so is Elder in the game. There have been several of them, actually, if you watch the series. Oh my gosh, look at that. We're out of time, and that's it. Hey, cool. We win. Anyway, thanks for watching. All right, I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.